what's really daunting in these sorts of things is to create a situation where you can make people not only buy into the situation, but ask themselves, what would I do in this situation? And the best thrillers, of course, are when your character is locked into that situation where there's no way out. They sort of, to use the example, they can't go to the police. And in the case of what I did here, I think I gave her enough motivation of why Hillary had to cross that line. The trick in terms of character in this case was to make someone who obviously does something bad for the right reasons sympathetic, and not have people judge her as someone who, because she's crossed the line, you want your character, you want your readers to come on board, you want your readers to root for her. But I like making strong-willed women who face both moral challenges and also sort of heroic challenges. I reach in my books for some emotional texture too, and it just seems to be easier to do that through the lens of a woman than it is a guy. But when you're talking about a female hero, they're just not going to crash into a room guns blazing. So they've got to outwit them with guile, which to me I enjoy more than the Navy SEAL sort of typical thriller hero. Most thriller writers are really sort of writing about evil people, and I'm not sure I generally believe in evilness, because even bad guys at some point have humanity to them. So it's not just greed, or it's not just evil that does things. Everyone always sort of has a motive, and in my mind, when you write these books and you speak of a bad guy, insanity is a total cop-out. If it turns out the reason someone does something is because they're insane, to me, that's about as disappointing a motive as you could possibly have in a book. The concept of randomness in life, and I love the concept of consequence from actions that take place when we all, in my own view of it, can step foot on the wrong side of things almost on a daily basis. And most things are fairly benign. And then every once in a while, it's, all of the great scandals in life and crises seem to all be about the cover-up and about what happens from the mistake. So every day we face these moments of confrontation where there's moral choice. And the real question is, what do you do once you make the mistake? And there's no question in the book that the consequences for Hillary would have been radically different had she somehow admitted it, as opposed to getting caught up in the tidal wave that comes from her doing something she shouldn't have in this book.